Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our latest severe weather coverage. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon thus far. We are going live right now with actually a tornado that is unwarned south of Nashville, Tennessee. This is a storm that has been producing some significant hail over the last few minutes. It's producing ping pong ball sized hail. There is a very clear hook echo and an inflow notch. And over the last scan, there's actually a small debris signature that has popped up near Barry's Chapel in Hillsborough Acres. This is just to the south of Forest Hill and as well as near Brentwood. If you go over to the terminal radar site, you can also see this very clear couplet over the last couple scans. It looks like a brief tornado has just touched down over the last couple minutes. This is just off to the southeast of the Sneed Forest Estates near Smyrna Road Homes, again on the south side of Nashville in the suburbs, just to the north of Franklin. If you are in the severe thunderstorm warning, I'd be seeking shelter. Again, there's no tornado warning here. I do think at the bare minimum, we have at least some sort of brief tornado that has touched down over the last couple of minutes with this storm. Keep in mind that we have a tornado watch that is in effect for all of central and even parts of eastern Tennessee, southern Kentucky, and northern Alabama right now. So there is a potential for a couple of tornadoes this afternoon and evening. But this storm, again, over the last couple minutes has been producing some sort of brief tornado. We do have at least a brief debris signature here over the last couple scans. You can see that little couplet that has come together right over Barry's Chapel. It is now moving into Landings, Jamestown, Carriage Hills, and it'll be approaching Sunset Acres and Nolensville. So those are some of the areas that are going to be in the path of this at least weak and brief tornado that we've seen on radar here over the last couple minutes. We have a couple of storm chasers that are currently near this storm, including storm chaser Vince Walty. I want to quickly go over to him. This is his live shot, which is actually messed up. Let me go over to Tornado Pagey first. So this is Tornado Pagey. They're currently just to the south of where this tornado would be located. This is going to be located near Franklin, on the west side of Franklin, Tennessee. And so they are on the cusp here of this storm that is currently producing at least some damaging winds, ping pong ball sized hail, and it looks like a brief tornado here over the last couple minutes, located again near Chestnut Hill and Highgate. I do think this tornado is going to remain brief, but there's at least something that has dropped here over the last couple minutes. If you go back bottom right of your screen, you can see the radar now, and it looks like the velocities have gotten a little bit broader. But once again, we did have a tornado there just for a brief moment, and I do think the storm is going to continue to produce a threat of a tornado as it continues to move to the east. This is also Vince Walty. Let me go and fix his camera view, but this is Vince Walty, who is also located right now just off to the south of Nashville. This is in west side of Franklin. So he's another storm chaser that is on this storm.
I know I've been just ridiculed and trashed for it.
But you can see, obviously, a lot of rain already falling here on the south side of Nashville. That is located, again, near Franklin. Two storm chasers are coming up to this. The latest radar scan still showing a broad area of rotation now. This can be located right over the Brentwood Point in Cool Springs. That is where we still have broad rotation right now. This is coming up towards Nolensville. This storm is going to likely continue to produce a threat of a tornado as it continues to track to the east. So, again, if you are in this severe thunderstorm warning, you should continue to stay in your safe place, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. I do think there will be a continuation of a tornado risk. Again, you did just see, again, a moment ago, a pretty tight area of rotation near Barry's Chapel. We do believe that was at least a brief tornado. It has broadened over the last couple minutes, and it will likely cycle again as it goes towards Murfreesboro. So Murfreesboro is the next area that is in the path of this storm that is going to continue to produce up to ping pong ball sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and even a threat of a tornado. There are some photos and videos that we are seeing coming out of the Nashville area of this storm that has just rolled through the Nashville area. This is a video sent in by James Pettis back over in Bellevue, Tennessee.
Can hear the hail core.
And this is a video, you can kind of hear the audio just a little bit, but this was the storm rolling in. Look how ominous it looks here in Bellevue just a few moments ago.
Listen to it.
You can actually hear the roar almost of that hail falling. This is, again, upwards of... But yeah, once again, that was in Bellevue, Tennessee, just a moment ago. We also have a storm that's back down near Centerville, Tennessee. This one is currently just broadly rotating. This is another small little storm that we are keeping an eye on. That could try to produce some sort of tornado risk if it's able to stay more discreet. That is going to be tracking to the east towards Spring Hill, as well as Santa Fe and Lanton over the next few minutes. So this is another storm that we'll be keeping an eye on. It is a smaller storm just to the southwest of Nashville. I also want to point our attention real quickly back down to Alabama. We've had a couple of storms in Alabama that have actually been rotating. This is one that is located near Fort Deposit. This is south of Montgomery, so a pretty populated area here. That is currently moving off to the northeast. That'll be going towards it lagging. All right, I restarted the stream. I do not understand how this keeps happening. We've had this issue every stream for the last 3 streams. Is it good now? Like, my OBS has no issues. Are we good now? All right, it's better now. All right, so what I was just talking about, let me go back down to the south. Once again, back over in Alabama, we were just talking about this over near Greenville and Fort Deposit. There is a broad area of rotation. This is an unwarned severe storm. It's not severe as of right now. There is a special weather statement, though, just south of Fort Deposit. There is just a little bit of rotation that is currently moving to the northeast. So we're keeping an eye on this. This will be tracking up towards Montgomery and Pike Road over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Also, we got some cameras in the Nashville area that have some views of this storm right now. This is pretty crazy. Look at this. This is back over in Nashville, Tennessee. We have very strong winds right now coming through Nashville, which is again where we have a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and also ping pong ball sized hail. So this is a view, again, of all the traffic as well. This is obviously rush hour, but a lot of traffic right now in the Nashville area. This is also a live shot just south of this storm. This is from Zach. If you look to the left side, if the lag stops here, on the left side of your screen, you can actually see the shelf cloud. Very hard to see now. There was a view of it just a moment ago. This is back over to Vince Walty, who is on this storm just south of Nashville in Brentwood.
If I were...
And we'll see if his connection holds up. It looks like connection's a little bit in and out right now. But he is coming up into the storm right now that just briefly produced a tornado near Franklin. And keep in mind, we are at rush hour. And unfortunately, with today's severe weather threat, a lot of the severe weather that we're going to see is going to be during this peak time of rush hour. It is currently 4:45 p.m. in local time. Also, we just had a report of quarter-sized hail over in the Pegram area of Tennessee. There's also a report from about 4 o'clock, so about just a little under an hour ago, that there was a tree that blew onto a house on West Furt Street in Dixon. So that is our first report of damage back over on the west side of Nashville. Now, this storm is continuing to track to the east right now. It's going through Nolensville. It is going to be approaching Smyrna as well as Murfreesboro over the next 15 minutes. So get ready. If you're in Murfreesboro or Smyrna, get ready for a potential here for severe weather, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and the threat of up to golf ball-sized hail will be the biggest concerns as this storm continues to track to the east. This is also another live shot right now in Nashville. This is on Old Hickory Boulevard at mile marker 62 on I-24, and a moment ago was just looking at the lightning. Once it goes back to the skyline view, we'll go back to it. This is back over to I-65 on Moore's Lane, where a ton of traffic has built up. A few people are pulled over off to the shoulder. And obviously, a big concern in the Nashville area are people parking under overpasses. That is probably going to be happening here over the next 20 to 30 minutes as this storm continues to roll through the south side of Nashville. Keep in mind, if you are driving right now, I know a lot of you are probably driving, there is absolutely no reason for you to be pulling off into a underpass. That is the last thing you should be doing. You should continue to drive. That is the least safe option that you have when you're on an interstate driving anywhere or on any highway, any roadway. Because the moment you park under an overpass, everybody behind you is going to start doing the same thing. It's going to create a major traffic jam, and that's going to also lead to car accidents. It could literally lead to deaths in that way. And also on top of that, if you're parked under an overpass, the unfortunate thing is too, when there's some sort of damaging wind threat or there's even hail falling, like that wind is going to basically tunnel through the overpass, and that could even lead to damage to your vehicle. So there's really no safe option when it comes to doing that. You should just pull off to maybe a gas station or something like that. That's really the only safe option with a storm of this magnitude. So definitely make sure that you're taking the proper precautions. Again, in the Nashville area, do not be parking under overpasses. This is a live shot from Franklin. This is Tornado Pagey. They're coming up underneath this storm right now. So this is in Franklin, Tennessee. Once again, severe thunderstorm warning is for ping pong ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. All right, we have another camera as well that is looking. Let's see. Wow, look at this. This is on mile marker 59. This is also on I-24. Once again, significant traffic right now on I-24 as a hailstorm is continuing to barrel through the south side right now of Nashville, Tennessee. We have damaging winds, again, upwards of 60 miles per hour, also a concern. But the traffic is a big concern, and again, this is typical traffic for Nashville. This isn't really anything too surprising, but the conditions are obviously going to deteriorate even further as this storm continues to track through Nolensville, Smyrna, and as well as Murfreesboro. And then on top of that, anybody that parks under an overpass would just make this situation a lot worse. So those are some of the concerns right now. All right, here's Tornado Pagey. They're currently driving through Franklin. This is near Cool Springs and Brentwood right now. Thank you, Aqua, for the 17 months. Decent amount of traffic here in Franklin. This is, again, peak rush hour. Conditions, it looks very calm right now in Franklin, but, again, the highest winds are going to continue to roll through here over the next few minutes. Continue to keep an eye on them as they continue to track there through Franklin. Decent amount of traffic. Also, little announcement, by the way. Radar Omega just had a huge update today. And one of the updates is that they are adding over 6 new chasers to the app. 6 new chasers are going to be added. One of the actual new ones is Zach, which you can actually watch inside of the Radar Omega app. We'll have him up on our stream as well. He is located just south of Franklin right now. There's a bunch of others that are going to be included in the app here as well very soon. And on top of that, they just dropped a big update with a lot of new features, including a new storm tracking tool. This is literally my favorite thing. I've been playing around with this for the last 2 hours because this update literally just came out. But we can actually track where this storm is going in a brand new way. So first off, I need to check the speed of the storm. So this is right now is moving east at about 35 miles per hour. What we can do is do a little, we click basically the pencil. Let me go full screen here. So very bottom of your screen, use this little tool down here. You click the pencil. You can actually drag this out and you can put the speed. You can edit the speed of this in the gear bar. We can make it 35 miles per hour, and you can track out the timing of this storm. And the dots actually show on the map of exactly when it's going to arrive to a certain location. So Murfreesboro, it's currently estimated to arrive at about 5:20 Central Time. So this is actually very helpful for like severe weather coverage, especially because we can actually show you in real time when it's going to hit certain locations. You can see all the dots of all the different locations here, like Quail Ridge, 506. If you're one of the people that live in Quail Ridge, that's 506. Little Hope is 508. So basically, we have a very easy way now of basically communicating when a storm is going to be arriving to your location. So it's a pretty cool little feature that they just added today. They've added a bunch of other stuff as well. They added a bunch of new alerts as well to the app. A brand new set of alerts, including a bunch of Canadian alerts, was just added to the app. And then over here on the right side of your screen, they just updated the UI for all of the warnings. So you can see severe thunderstorm warning. Like all this is now clean and brand new. So big update. And again, there's a lot more updates coming, but this is a very notable update in terms of stuff that we can even use on this very stream. But yeah, again, you can download Radar Omega, top link in the description below on iOS and Android. This is back over into Franklin, Tennessee on the severe thunderstorm warning, producing ping pong ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Last few scans showing much broader rotation. It looks outflow dominant again. It will probably try to cycle again as it continues to move down to the east-southeast. Also, we have some photos and videos coming in from the Bellevue area, from some of the damage that this storm has produced. Let me show you guys some of this. This is one of the videos.
Big storm here. Almost looks like it snows here.
This is sent in by James Pettis. A trash barrel was flipped over on the roadway. And then this was during the storm right here.
Big hail coming down.
Some of the hail, the wind, and everything. So that was also another video again from Bellevue, Tennessee, of this storm rolling in. Also, look at this shot right here. Let's go to slot 1. This is a live shot on I-24, mile marker 74, looking at this storm just to the west of Murfreesboro. You can see the shelf cloud there on the left side of your screen. Huge rain shaft, good amount of hail falling with this storm still. The storm is still capable of producing up to ping pong ball-sized hail as it continues to track to the east. This is another one of the Tennessee traffic cams. And a little bit of lightning also in the distance right now. This is really the biggest concern right now is this storm. We have a few other storms on the radar. We got one other one that's all the way back up near Jamestown that is also producing maybe some small hail and gusty winds. We've had a couple of storms also trying to go up southwest of Nashville. Those have both struggled as well. The one back over near Jamestown, there are a couple live shots they'll have of this storm approaching. There was a small little shelf cloud earlier. No camera with a view of that right now, but the storm itself does not look super organized. Maybe just some broad rotation. That'll be approaching Sunbright, Robbins, Huntsville, and then eventually going towards Caryville. So if you're in any of these locations, definitely just stay weather aware as this storm continues to track to the east. Once again, tornado watch is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. That does include southern Kentucky, northern Alabama, most of central Tennessee. Our risk of severe weather today was upgraded. We now have a 5% tornado risk that is in play, which is why we are live today. That 5% tornado risk includes a large chunk of central Tennessee, including Nashville, Murfreesboro, Spencer, Sparta, all the way through areas near Livingston, Byrdstown, and Fayetteville. So if you're in any of the 5% tornado risk this afternoon, make sure that you're staying weather aware and have multiple ways to receive warnings and have a tornado action plan ready to go. Our 2% tornado risk goes from about Lexington, Kentucky, all the way back through Huntsville and Alabama. We also have another 2% tornado risk that's in place, which does include areas like Columbus, Dothan, Montgomery, Selma, and Greenville. And that is where we're currently monitoring a couple of storms that have been very broadly rotating, including this one right now near Fort Deposit that still has a broad area of rotation that is tracking right up the highway near Fort Deposit. That'll be heading up towards Montgomery and Pike Road. So that is another storm that we'll be keeping a close eye on here over the next little while. That one is definitely gonna be something that we have to watch for between the hours of 5 and 6 for sure. We should have a new severe thunderstorm warning here pretty shortly for the storm that is southeast of Nashville. It is coming up towards Murfreesboro right now. Once again, if you're in Murfreesboro, we got about 20 to 25 minutes until this storm is right over top of you. If you have any trash cans outside, bring those in. Any sort of loose lawn items, I would also be bringing those inside as well, as this storm will continue to cause a threat of wind and hail. Thank you, Pineapple, for the super chat, and also Graham for the super chat. Watching from Dublin, Ireland, my favorite channel. I appreciate that, and thank you for the super chat. How many of you guys are tuning in from Tennessee today? Let me know in the chat. We probably have a decent amount of Tennessee viewers today. Again, that is really the main area in the risk of severe weather today, is in Tennessee. Watching, all right, here we go. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning. So this is our new severe thunderstorm warning. This one will be for Murfreesboro. Again, that's going to be for Rutherford, Williamson, Wilson, and Davidson counties in Tennessee. That'll be for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. Notice how we have a little hook that is once again trying to develop here. We got a little inflow notch as well. And so it does look like this storm is going to try to organize again. It is recycling. I do think there is a possibility here in the near term that we actually could see this try to ramp up and produce at least some sort of brief tornado risk. This is a storm that has already produced a brief tornado, at least we believe, and it might try to do that again as it continues to track towards Murfreesboro. Let's go over to the terminal radar site. We'll see if we can see the velocities clearly or not, and not really seeing a whole lot. That was as of 4:51, about 5 minutes ago. This is the latest radar scan, and there's not really a whole lot of rotation there, but this would be the area that we're looking at for a little couplet to try to develop. A little bit of rotation is going to try to develop there near Nolensville. That's going to be tracking to Murfreesboro here over the next 15 to 20 minutes. So if you are in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, get to your storm shelter, basement, closet, or bathroom. Just ride it out here for the next 15 to 25 minutes. Again, the tornado risk isn't super high, but this is the one storm across the board that has any sort of capability of producing a tornado right now. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat, and also CS for the 8 months. There are a few bugs with the new Omega update, but they should be fixed here very, very soon. There are a few, including the map that I have. The city should be larger. Look at this, by the way. This is the storm that we're talking about. Wow. This is the storm that we're talking about near Murfreesboro. Quite the view of this storm from the south side. This is Zach, which you can watch inside of the Radar Omega app with the top link in the description below. Very impressive shelf cloud here. He's located right now near Troon, I think is how you pronounce it, near Arrington and Almaville. How do I send videos? You can at me on Twitter or on Facebook at MaxVelocityWX. You can also message me on there.
Must be nice.
All right, Zach is now going a little bit more south. We'll go back to him in a moment once he has a view of the storm again. But that was a pretty good view here of this supercell just to the east of Franklin that at least has some broad rotation. The latest radar scan not really showing much rotation, but there's a little bit of green and red mixing right near where we would think there might be a low-end chance for a tornado. Again, this storm is going to be approaching the Canesville, Noreen, and as well as Statesville and Auburntown here over the next 30 minutes or so. Storm's continuing to push down to the southeast right now. Also, this is a look on one of the Radar Omega cameras. Let me pull it up on the full screen view. This is the Sumner County EMA. We're going to put that bottom right of your screen. It'll load in just a second. You can kind of see it a little bit here on the top of your screen. But decent little view here of a shelf cloud that is rolling in. We also have a storm that has gone up near Shackle Island and Gallatin. That is going to be tracking towards Hartsville, Lafayette, and Bethpage here over the next little while. So once that camera loads, we'll go full screen to it. It'll be bottom right once it loads. Let me go back to Zach real quick. This is back to Zach on the shelf cloud on the southern supercell here. This is the only one that has an active severe thunderstorm warning. Producing quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It does at least have a low-end potential for a tornado. Hey, Tracy, for the $10 super chat. Please don't forget your pets. They need shelter as well. 100%. Hey, Angela, also for the super chat. I live north of Nashville. It is bad here. There is a special weather statement, which just means there is a strong storm. Luckily, there is no severe weather up there. Should still be staying away from windows, though, if you're in that area.
We're gonna get to a position here where we can't see now. Maybe not.
All right, let me go back over to here. This is... Let's see if this works now. All right, here's a look right now at the north side of Nashville. This is the Sumner EMA. Decent little shelf clouds rolling in right now. You can see all the rain coming down just out in the distance, right there in the middle, which my pen is not working. But back here in the middle of your screen, I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties in the stream. Let me fix my pen real quick so I can actually draw in here. But you can see just on the tree line there, the very heavy rain that is coming down. Visibility is going to be quickly dropping. There is a special weather statement up here. We got a strong storm once again going through Cottontown and Gallatin here over the next few minutes. It'll be producing some gusty winds and small hail. This storm is not rotating right now, so there's not really a whole lot of a risk of a tornado, but we are going to continue to keep an eye on it in case anything does change. I still think the storms that have the best chance of producing a tornado would be this one near Smyrna and the other one near Santa Fe. That is near Spring Hill. This one has a better chance of doing something in the near term. It is broadly rotating. It has a little hook on it. It's continuing to move towards Murfreesboro right now. It'll be moving towards Woodbury and Sugar Tree Knob and Gasaway and Auburntown. In the long term, it has a much better chance of producing a tornado. The one near Santa Fe is struggling a little bit. Does not really look like that impressive of a storm, but obviously things could change as it continues to track towards Chapel Hill. But odds of that producing anything in the near term are pretty low. All right, here's back to this. I do have my pen working now. But you can see, again, visibility is rapidly dropping. Keep in mind, the sunset was literally within the next hour. So we are not going to have a whole lot more daylight out here in Tennessee. And so any sort of tornado risk in about 30 minutes or so is going to become a bit more nocturnal, which is definitely concerning. And this is back over to Zach on the storm near Murfreesboro. He has now entered into the severe thunderstorm warning. Huge shout out to Richard with the $50 super chat. Haven't been able to do this in forever, but you're truly appreciated, match. Appreciate that, Richard. Thank you for the super chat. This is our first stream since Hurricane Melissa, only a week ago. I mean, we don't usually have so many breaks in between live streams like we have recently. There has been very little active weather across the United States, but it has changed a little bit here recently. We've actually had, you know, at least Melissa, which wasn't a United States impact, it obviously impacted Jamaica more than anything, but on top of that, we now actually have a legit threat of severe weather here in the Ohio Valley and the Dixie Alley today.
Yeah, super dark.
Shout out also to User with the 5 Get to memberships and Tracy with the super chat. All right, here's the latest radar scan. Once again, Zach's bottom left of your screen. He is on the south side right now of the supercell. Latest scan, not showing a whole lot of rotation. It is still trying to recycle. There's still a little hook here and an inflow. It's still outflow dominant, though. It is not fully organized yet. It is going to be going to Murfreesboro and then eventually approaching Woodbury. We also have a new damage report coming out of Forest Hills, Tennessee. And so there are trees down on Highway 431 on the southeast side of Bellevue, excuse me. So that is a brand new report that has just come out of the Bellevue area. This is also another video that we had coming out of the Bellevue or Belleville area. So another view of some of the hail that was falling.
Oh my gosh.
You can actually audibly hear the hail coming down.
Oh my gosh. Car window smashed here. Trees are down. Significant storm. Hail falling. Looks like snow.
All right, so that was back over in Belleville just a few moments ago. But this storm is now pushing into Murfreesboro. So, I mean, again, what we just saw there in Belleville is basically what we can, or Bellevue is basically what we can expect in Murfreesboro here over the next, 20 minutes. So if you're in Murfreesboro, get ready for some hail up to the size of maybe $half, could even be as large as ping pong balls. And then damaging winds upwards of 60 to 75 miles per hour is still in play. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, just talking about what the biggest tornado threat will be down the line, sort of an overall look at radar right now. Most of our convection is in the northern half of our tornado watch, which is actually quite interesting because that's not where the most favorable environment for a tornado is right now. If we come over and take a look at mesoscale analysis, we can see that a majority of our significant tornado parameter is further south in Tennessee. And it's actually a trend that we expect to continue in terms of where our best environment is going to be. It's going to start to uptrend further south in the state of Tennessee. However, there are no storms really taking advantage of that right now. If that does manage to happen, we would see any of this convection grow. I'm specifically looking at this cell to the northeast of Columbia, Tennessee. This is a convection that would be producing tornadoes further down the line. We may see a few spin-ups from this storm closer to Murfreesboro, as well as this convection that's sort of north-south of Nashville. However, it's so messy, it's going to be really hard for that to do so. So I would keep an eye on most of this convection to the south. It is still semi-discrete in terms of tornado potential, but everything is going to be producing damaging winds.
Alrighty, thank you, Riley, for the update. And so that's just a general overview, again, of our risk of severe weather here over the next few hours. Also, I just upped his volume, my apologies. But again, that is at least a look at what we were just, what we're basically going to see here over the next few hours as these storms continue to try to ramp up. Today's environment, again, is pretty favorable for at least a tornado or two. It's just going to depend, honestly, on these storms not over-convecting. We have a lot of storm activity already out there, especially from, southern Kentucky all the way back into central Tennessee. But this storm, again, near Spring Hill, definitely looks like it's trying to do something, but the rotation on radar not really existent as of right now. It is at least trying to organize. It's been a storm here for well over an hour now, so it might just be a matter of time until it really ramps up. The one that just went through Nashville near Murfreesboro is really the one that I think is the most concerning still, at least in the near term. Not really rotating a whole lot, but we still have a hook and an inflow right over near Almaville, and that'll be going right into Murfreesboro here over the next 10 to 15 minutes. So if you are in Murfreesboro, continue to stay away from windows as this storm continues to roll into your area. This is back over to Zach. It has gotten awfully dark here in Murfreesboro, and it doesn't help that these storms are so tall. But you can see the ominous skies here. This is, again, in Williamson County is where he is located. Or, sorry, no, he's not in Williamson County anymore. He's in the county in which Murfreesboro is in, which I don't know which county that is, but he's just east of Williamson County now. Rutherford County, thank you. Hey, beautiful for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. Got a little bit of lightning out there to the left. Again, not really that much lightning with this storm. If you look at the lightning detection here, we only have about 3 lightning strikes, maybe 4 here over the last about 5 minutes or so. So not very frequent lightning. The storm itself is going to be coming up into Battleground Estates and Mansion Park, and as well as Royal Court and Blackman here over the next 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and track this storm out once again so we have an idea of where it's going to be going and when. Let's go ahead and do a little tracking tool here. So here are some of the ETAs. I'll put them on the left side of your screen. That's the path right now of this supercell. It's going to be approaching Murfreesboro here over the next 20 minutes. It'll be there much sooner than 5:24. Probably going to be there in about 10 minutes or so. And then Woodbury about 5:50, Centerville about 6:10, and then McMinnville at about 6:30. That is all in Central Time. can also change this over to minutes instead of the city's local time, and that's basically the idea of when you can expect it in minutes. What do you guys like, by the way? Do you guys like the minutes, or do you like the actual time, like in the city's local time? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious. This is a new tool that we're using, so I don't know. I'm kind of curious on what you guys like more. I don't know if it's easier to remember in minutes or time. Thank you also, Callie, for the super chat. Both? We could do both. I mean, we could filter between the two. That is doable. All right, here's the latest radar scan. Again, not a whole lot of lightning with this. It just went by the Smyrna airport. Waiting for velocities to update. Hey, Rachel, for the 2 months. A lot of people are saying minutes. Local time minutes. I'm getting all sorts of... It's basically 50-50. I mean, I could filter through it. It's not that hard. Filtering through is definitely an option. All right, we have a new velocity scan coming in a second. Again, mainly a wind threat right now. We're waiting to see if there's any sort of intensification when it comes to rotation. We haven't really seen a whole lot of rotation here, but this is a storm that may try to rotate a little bit more as it organizes, as it goes towards Woodbury. I'm going to run a poll. All right, I'm doing local time in minutes for the poll. Minutes means minutes until it hits, and then local time just saying like 5:30 basically is what that means, or 5:45. Thank you, Ping King, with the $5 super chat. What is the plan with all the chairs? And in case you guys aren't following us over on social media, you might have not heard. I ordered 4 chairs. 4. One set of 4 chairs. And I somehow got delivered 28 chairs. I've never seen this before. I don't know how this happened. I don't know what I'm doing with all these chairs. I actually have 3 off to my right still, or off to my left still. I put these in my studio. This is what my studio looks like, by the way, for those that are wondering. This is the weather studio, the new one that we are still working on. But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with this. I ordered 4 for like $100. I ordered 4 of these, and for whatever reason, I got delivered 28. So I'm considering having a live studio audience behind me. You know, it's definitely possible. Be a tight squeeze, but we can make it work. But yeah, I've never had that happen before. I've had that happen with like a phone charger before. Like I've gotten an extra one before. I've never gotten 7 extra boxes with 4 chairs each in them. That's just never happened to me. So honestly, pretty impressive. I wish that could happen when I'm ordering like computers or computer parts or something, because that would actually be useful. Huge shout out to Birch with the 10 gifted memberships. Somebody in the chat for Birch, really appreciate that. Somebody said I vote for a live studio audience. Hey, we might have to do it, honestly. We might have to do it. Looks like another video here from James Pettis on Twitter from the Bellevue area. There's a tree down, apparently down the road. So emergency response there. According to his tweet here, it says emergency personnel on the way. Hopefully it's nothing worse. But there was trees down on houses up the road. All right, so there's trees down on homes apparently. So that is back over again in the Bellevue area. That is where we just had the storm roll through. It's actually pretty interesting. If we look at Nashville right now, this is a live shot from Nashville. The clouds are very low. The storm just went through Nashville. This is what it looks like right now in downtown Nashville. And again, the clouds are very, very low right now. Our lifting condensation level, which is basically where clouds build from, very low to the ground today. And so that is why we are seeing that right now. And obviously we have our high level clouds from the overshooting cloud tops from these storms as well. Our latest radar scan will be coming in here in just a moment. This storm is getting a lot more disorganized right now, currently located near Murfreesboro. Not seeing nearly as much organization. It looks like it is trying to fall apart right now. Gusty, at least 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail are still a concern, but right now not rotating a whole lot from what I've been seeing. The latest scan on velocities not showing really much rotation. It looks more just like outflow with mostly a wind threat moving into the west side of Murfreesboro near the KC subdivision in the Franklin Road Estates. It's coming up on Country Park and Southern Air as well. So if you are in the Murfreesboro area, just continue to stay away from windows as the storm rolls through. Thank you, Amanda, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. This is further off to the north, back up in Hendersonville. This is one of the other radar mega cyclone ports. It's raining pretty well right here now. We have a little strong storm up here, some gusty winds and small hail. I once ordered a pack of shelf liners and was sent a case of 12 packs. I thought that was crazy. I think it's even crazier that I got delivered all those chairs. I don't know how you mess that up. Like, I triple checked. I only ordered 4 chairs. I don't know how you mess it up, and yet, you know, over 24 chairs. This is Zach in Murfreesboro right now. This is the wind coming in. You can see the wind picking up. This is located near Blackman. This is right next to the McDonald Airport on the west side of Murfreesboro. It's actually a live shot on one of the highway traffic cams as well. A bunch of people with their hazards on. Wind is picking up on the highway here. This is on I-24. I hope nobody parks under that overpass. I feel like somebody's going to, but nobody has yet. Hopefully it stays that way. Okay, so far, so good. This is on the west side of Murfreesboro. Hey, Francis, for becoming a member. Anything in Illinois? You're going to have some snow possibly tomorrow, but that's about it. So once again, that is back over there in Tennessee. This is also a live shot on one of the radar mega cyclone ports. This is from a distance. This is the Short Rib Mountain, I believe. Let me get the full name on here. It's for some reason off the screen. This is the Short Mountain in DeKalb. So this is the Woodbury, Tennessee camera. You actually have a lot of lightning from this view and a very good looking shelf cloud out in the distance. Look at that. It's a pretty elevated storm, but it looks pretty good. Tons of lightning. Hey, Jesse, for the $10 super chat. What are the chances of some snow flurries in Nashville next week? If there were to be any snow flurries, it'd be late Sunday into Monday. I think, generally speaking, the risk of accumulation is basically non-existent, but you could get some snow flurries Monday. I'm definitely not ruling that out. Speaking of snow, this is back up in northwestern North Dakota. First snow of the year coming in to northwestern North Dakota. This is also in northeastern Montana. Some of you in Iowa, Illinois, perhaps even Ohio could wake up to something like that on Sunday or Monday. So some snow is coming down up there. Looks like nobody parked under the overpass, which is honestly pretty impressive. This is back over to Zach, who is currently near Blackman. This is on the west side of Murfreesboro, inside of our severe thunderstorm warning. Thank you, Trainee, for the super chat. You inspired me to want to become a meteorologist. I appreciate that. I'm glad I can inspire you. Jesse with the super chat. Oh, I already read that. Appreciate it. Thank you also, Ashley, for becoming a member. We have a tornado watch? We do. If you look bottom right of your screen, that pink tornado watch includes a large chunk of southern Kentucky, central Tennessee, back into northern Alabama. It's a pretty large area. So Zach's driving through the severe storm here in Murfreesboro. This warning, by the way, goes for 43 minutes. I don't think it'll last that long, but it is still producing damaging winds. Not really seeing a whole lot of rotation. Go back to the live radar view. still not really any rotation here. It's still outflow dominant, but this would be the area that we'd have to be watching for a possibility for an isolated tornado. Odds of a tornado tonight at all? The odds of a tornado in general, I mean, we're probably sitting at like maybe a 40-50% chance that something actually happens tonight with at least one tornado dropping. I think we had a tornado start our stream. I think it was just very brief. Outside of that, though, I think the main area we'll have to watch for is down here south of Franklin. This one down here near Santa Fe is beginning to rotate just a little bit. That's going to be approaching Columbia, going towards Chapel Hill and Unionville. Also near Eagleville, Spring Hill, and just south of Thompson Station. So there is a low-end possibility, I think, of a tornado out of that. That would be the main activity, I think, though, to be watching for. But this is our tornado watch that's in effect for tonight. Again, Southern Kentucky includes much of Tennessee, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Columbia, Winchester, Cookeville, and Harriman. Does not include areas like Chattanooga, Huntsville, and Florence, Alabama. You guys are also in this. A couple of tornadoes are possible. This goes until 10 o'clock tonight, and on top of that, scattered damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, and isolated ping-pong ball-sized hail is possible. Got a little over 3.5 million people inside of the tornado watch for tonight. Where was that short tornado? If we go back in time on the velocities, let me go back 30 frames here. We do believe we had a brief tornado to open up the stream near Barry's Chapel and Hillsborough Acres. There was a small little CC drop as well, which means a debris signature. Right there. Like a small little CC drop. We believe that was a tornado. Even if it wasn't, it was awfully close to being a tornado. There's no doubt about that. It honestly reminds me a little bit of what we saw in the Dallas-Fort Worth area a couple weeks ago, where they didn't put a tornado warning out. This one was a lot briefer, but it's kind of one of those situations where I do think we at least had some sort of brief tornado. Also, another little cool thing that has been added. I don't know if it's going to work on this radar site. It does work on the other ones. Another little cool thing that was added is that Radar Omega also added this to their new update. So if you turn on storm tracks and stuff like that, you can actually look at individual supercells like the one near Murfreesboro. It actually shows you the probabilities and all sorts of stuff. It shows you the probabilities of hail, though. So there's a 50% chance that this storm right now, Murfreesboro, is producing hail. And that's around the size of half inch. So not like quarters. It would actually be under that. Has a lot of other cool stuff too, like the intensity and the structure of the storm. It shows how tall the storm is, shows the direction and how fast it's going. It also shows if there is a TVS detection, and then a few other things as well with the errors in terms of like if there's a forecast error with that particular storm. So it's actually pretty cool. This is where the hail would be. It would be further off to the north, and it does actually have an 80% chance of hail. So this is on the actual hail core. There's an 80% chance of hail. There's a 60% chance of at least severe hail, which would be quarters or greater. And so it's at least probably producing quarter-sized hail or greater right now near Canesville. Wonder if there's a raise in Canes there. Thank you, Ashley, for the gifted membership. Again, that is in the brand new Radar Omega update that just came out today. It is version 5.7. Let me go back over to here. Let me turn that off. Let's go real quickly back over to the short mountain camera. This is in Woodbury, Tennessee. It's a very impressive view of the storm coming in from Woodbury. Woodbury is just east of the severe thunderstorm warning. It is a very impressive looking storm. You can kind of see it's very elevated from the looks of it here, but you can see the large shelf cloud. It kind of like looks like a roll on the left side of your screen when we get some lightning flashes. Hey, Lovely, for the $5 super chat. How fast is this storm moving? It's moving east at about 40 miles per hour, 35, 40 miles per hour. Look at that lightning. There is a ton of lightning with this storm. There's a lot more on the north side. There wasn't as much on the south side. Shout out to Amanda with the $20 Venmo donation. Appreciate that. What about Western North Carolina? The only risk for Western North Carolina would mainly be gusty winds, and that'd be late tonight. I don't expect much severe weather there. Is the second tornado season almost over? No. Not even close, actually. I mean, we're kind of going into the peak season of the second severe weather season. The second severe weather season, it depends on where you are in the United States. The Dixie Alley, though, is more of like a November to like April timeframe typically, and this is an area that we usually see a lot more severe weather events in December, January, and February. Look at that cloud of ground lightning, by the way. This storm over here near Woodbury is very impressive when it comes to lightning. But like for Tennessee, for example, we typically see our peak right around now to about January or so for the second severe weather season. Keep in mind, second severe weather season runs in usually the fall and early winter. It's not nearly as significant as what we see in the springtime. With that said, though, we usually at least see a few severe weather events. They're just much more spaced out comparatively to what we see in the springtime. This is one of many that we'll probably see. This one, again, not, in my opinion, I said this when we had our video today, but I wasn't very impressed by today's environment. This storm, again, could produce a tornado at some point. The other one south of Nashville could as well. I'm definitely not discounting that, but I was not very impressed with the overall setup with today's severe weather event. There is at least some rotation near Spring Hill, and then the one near Murfreesboro is at least broadly rotating again. So it's definitely still something to watch. And again, this live shot from Woodbury on the Radar Omega camera is very impressive. There's just an immense amount of lightning right now southeast of Nashville. It is a lightning show tonight. Thank you, KY, for the $5 super chat. You should do a video on how to navigate the Radar Omega app for us amateurs. I'm definitely going to do that. There's a lot more updates coming, though, with Radar Omega, and I would rather save that for when all the big updates come out. A lot more stuff is coming. There was reportedly possibly a violent tornado today in Brazil. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It was in Benito do Aguacu, I think is how you pronounce it. This is a little time lapse of the storm rolling into Nashville, Tennessee on the Radar Omega cyclone port. This is from just a little while ago. The storm mainly was just south of Nashville, and Nashville kind of lucked out with this storm. A lot of the time, these storms go right through the heart of Nashville. But we had a decent amount of rain. Other than that, some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of pea-sized hail if you were in Nashville, but outside of that, there wasn't anything too crazy. All right, here's the latest radar scan. Still have some broad rotation south of Spring Hill. The one near Murfreesboro is also, it honestly still doesn't look that impressive, but it might be trying to organize. This storm in general, though, just looks really messy. It's getting kind of stretched out here. It's almost over-convecting in a way that it just kind of makes it so the tornado risk might be a bit lower. I do have a lot more interest in the storms south of Nashville. I think these ones that are going up near Columbia, Spring Hill, and west of Christiana, these are going to be the ones to watch for over the next hour for a bit more of a legit tornado risk. I think the one that's back over near Murfreesboro has a chance, but it's definitely not very organized right now. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Yeah, Max, was just gonna sort of touch on the storms to the south that you were just talking about. So the Storm Prediction Center did mention earlier in both of their outlooks, both the last update and the update before that, that it will be this discrete convection that sees the highest tornado potential. I think we're just waiting to see these two sort of mini supercells right now move into the more favorable environment. That one to the north of Columbia right now is starting to get a little bit more of an inflow region, and they're starting to become more discrete. There was some convection behind them that's now starting to die off, and they're sort of becoming a little even more discreet than they already were. I do think that's going to be what we're talking about with our tornado threat further down the line, but for now, it's just a waiting game to see, A, will they continue to grow, and B, will they continue to be discreet?
Alrighty, thank you, Riley, for the update. So yeah, once again, just south of Nashville, I think the main two storms we got to watch for is the one near Columbia that's going to be tracking towards Chapel Hill, and then the one that's near Franklin. It looks kind of messy right now. We have a little bit of convection out in front of it, but those are the two that may try to produce some level of a tornado risk as they continue to track east towards Murfreesboro. So again, all these storms right now tracking east and east-southeast at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So they're definitely moving at a decent clip right now. Huge shout out to James with the 10 gifted memberships. Somebody's in the chat for James. Really appreciate the generosity. Does Riley need a chair? I think he needs a chair. Yeah, I think he needs a new chair. I got plenty for him. If anybody needs a chair, let me know. I got 20, I got 28 instead of 4. Got way too many. Is Knoxville going to be hit? I think Knoxville will be hit, but I don't think it's going to be anything too significant tonight. Isolated damaging winds the biggest concern. This is Vince. He's driving through the storm just south of Nashville. Driving through quite the clip of rain right now. This is near Franklin. This is one of the ones that is trying to rotate a little bit. Bottom right of your screen, near Spring Hill, that is an area of rotation. And we have another one near Paytonsville.
No, it's not. That guy was confused too.
So he's now on the one near Franklin right now. Hey, Tyler, for the super chat. It's 39 degrees where I live, and it's like 75 degrees where I live, so. Not to brag, you know, but it's nice and warm in Florida, I think. I think it's 75. I don't even know how warm it is. I'm not even gonna lie. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. I'm in Murfreesboro and Christiana line. R31, please. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. Again, I think Murfreesboro will be all right, but we got the one storm coming right through right now in Murfreesboro, which is very broadly rotating, if that. And then behind that would be the other concern, the one that's right now just south of Franklin. Not severe right now, but may try to rotate and produce something down the road. Central with the super chat asked about the Chattanooga severe weather outlook for tonight. I think Chattanooga is going to be mainly just gusty winds, small hail. The severe risk down there is definitely lower. We go over to our severe weather outlook for tonight. Again, our slight risk of severe weather includes central southern Kentucky, much of Tennessee, and then marginal threat goes all the way back through Chattanooga, Knoxville, just west of Johnson City, down towards Dothan, Alabama. This does not really include much of North Carolina or Virginia. It's very edge of it, where there might just be a little bit of isolated damaging winds left over, and that'd be about it. Biggest thing for tonight is just staying weather aware. Again, we only have one severe warning. We are hardly ever live for one warning, but it was going through the Nashville area, produced a tornado, which is why we did opt to go live for tonight's severe weather risk. And things may ramp up. We'll see. Things may try to ramp up here over the next hour. Hey, Terry, for the super chat. Is Aaron, Tennessee done for tonight? Aaron, Tennessee, you guys are done. Yeah, the tornado watch currently includes areas back through Aaron and Waverly, but I am not expecting anything back that way. Loboville, Dixon, Charlotte, Springfield, Pleasant View, Ashland, you guys are all clear. There might be a few more storms, there might be a little bit more rain, but we're not expecting any severe weather back there tonight. This is back to a live shot in Woodbury, Tennessee. This is where our severe thunderstorm warning is. They have just issued a new special weather statement, which does include Smithville, Liberty, Woodbury, and Auburntown. That's bottom right of your screen. You can see the very small outline, the very faint outline. By the way, all the city labels will hopefully be fixed by the time we go live next. There was a bug on the new update. The city label should be larger again. I think I can do a satellite view and have them larger. Let me see. Might just get rid of roadways. The city's only view is also a little bit bugged, but it's basically near Murfreesboro. Vacation for the sewer chat. How's Richmond, Virginia looking tomorrow? I don't think it's going to look too bad out there. Just a little bit of rain. Not really any snow in the forecast over there. We've had plenty of cloud ground lightning on this storm near Auburntown. We're going to see the winds pick up here over the next few minutes as the storm rolls through. This is also another live shot. This one is in DeKalb as well. This is on the Snows Hill area, which is inside of our special weather statement. And there's a good amount of lightning. This would be the first camera that would actually experience any wind out of this storm. Looks like the camera's having some connection issues. This is the camera that we've been looking at, is right here, just northeast of Woodbury. And then this is the other one just east of Liberty that we were just looking at a second ago. We got a couple others also in Smithville. I believe there's an airport over here somewhere. This is what downtown Smithville looks like right now. Very calm for the time being. But strong storm will be coming in here pretty soon. Hey, Joe, for becoming a member. Bowling Green update. Not expecting a whole lot for Bowling Green tonight. Really at all. I think the next weather event really for Bowling Green will be the snow potential, which is a few days from now still, but late Sunday, early Monday. Might see a little bit of snow over there. Latest radar scan, not seeing really much of any rotation again near Murfreesboro. However, back over near Spring Hill, we still have rotation located near Lanton on the south side of Spring Hill as of the latest radar scan. And there's still some broad rotation near Paytonsville, which is where we have multiple storm chasers right now. We have Vince Walty as well as Tornado Pagey. All in this general area. This is what it looks like right now in Paytonsville, just east of Spring Hill. So a lot of leaves already on the ground. That's going to be from some of the gusty winds that we had with our storm here over the last few minutes. Obviously, the fall foliage is coming into effect now.
Oh, that's some nice Christmas lights up there on the right. Look at that.
Early Christmas lights. Not actually early. When do you guys all put your Christmas lights up? Let me know in the chat, or your Christmas trees. When is like the approximate day that you put up your Christmas trees and stuff? If you celebrate Christmas.
65 is backed up on to 840, but if you stay in the left lane, you're good to go.
Okay, good. I'm 1 mile from...
Way too early for Christmas? Guys, it's November.
I think today's about done. I mean, I'll keep an eye on this stuff coming at us, but I mean, I think...
I've had my Christmas tree up since April. I celebrated early.
Yep, I was literally just talking to the chat.
I'm kidding. If I did that, that'd be kind of crazy, though. November 12th, 24th. About a week before Christmas. December 24th. Somebody has their Christmas tree up for a singular day. And they put it down on the 26th. November 2nd. Somebody said theirs is already up. After Thanksgiving for a lot of people. You take yours down? Who doesn't take their Christmas tree down? Does anybody in the chat not take their Christmas tree down at all? Is anybody just built different like that? Somebody just said they just took it down. Bro took it down before the holiday even happened. July 4th. No way. I got a banger idea, guys. Are you ready for this? Alright, we're keeping it on Vince here for a moment. I got an amazing idea.
What we got going on here?
Let's go ahead and add this in. Bang. I need to get under the lights. I'm celebrating the holidays. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You get a Christmas tree on stream too. There's no way that actually works up there.
Rain.
Maybe I'll do it here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That is impressive. Did you guys just see that? Did anybody just see everything flash on the screen? That was honestly impressive. I don't know how I did that. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I broke something, but that was cool. I saw it. Thank you, Kimberly, for the super chat. I don't think that's supposed to happen, by the way. I've never seen that happen. Watching from Atlantic City, keep an eye on my 3 boys in Murfreesboro, Nashville. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, once again, we got one severe thunderstorm warning. That's near Murfreesboro, and it doesn't look like they're even going to continue that. We might have no warnings here in a minute. This might be like the shortest stream of all time if nothing else ramps up. We got a little bit of broad rotation right now south of Spring Hill. We got some rotation still south of Ruderville, but nothing's really ramped up yet. We do have Storm Chaser Tornado Pagey, who is currently tracking into Murfreesboro right now. This is what they're looking at. They're looking at some traffic. PDS traffic alert right now west of Murfreesboro. Oh, my bad. The Christmas lights are above me. I need a better place for this Christmas lights. I don't think... They're just not, like... They're not working. See if I put it, like, here. Put it on the channel
Well, you
logo.
can't complain when you are at the storm of the day. It just doesn't do anything.
I don't think that even works. You can't even see the black line. There you go. I don't know why I'm playing with Christmas lights. Look at that. Beautiful. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. The lights are so cute. Oh my lord. We need a Christmas tree. That's what we need next. Maybe a wreath or something. Should keep it. I can keep it here because we don't have anything up there right now. We have new overlays coming soon, and once we have new overlays, we'll have a brand new, you know, we'll have a much better looking overlay. There'll actually be stuff up there. We have no warnings. No warnings at all. The only severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled. We have absolutely no overlays that display. We have no warnings. That's kind of funny. This overlay, or this severe warning, was just canceled though. We don't have an overlay for that, so I'm just gonna keep it on this overlay. We're never live when there's no warnings at all for anything, so we're gonna keep that up. But kind of is what it is. Will it rain at my house in 73 days? Good question. Ask the magic 8-ball. See what it says.
It looks like all severe warnings have expired.
Hey, Kate, for the super chat. Make a Christmas tree out of the chairs you have. I could actually. That's a good idea. You guys want me to make a Christmas tree with all the 28 chairs that I got? In case anybody is just tuning in and has not looked at my social media pages at all, again, I ordered 4 chairs yesterday. Like, I got delivered 4 chairs yesterday. I ordered 4 chairs, not for weather or anything, but they delivered 28 chairs, and so I put them all in my studio just like this. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how I fit all these chairs in this room. This room does not look that big, or it might look big in this picture. It's not that big. Yeah, we're considering a live studio audience. You know, we're considering. I don't even know. Maybe I'll have a party, but somehow this chair was able to stay. Actually, 29 chairs were in the room at the same time. That's impressive. 29 chairs in the same room. If anybody needs a chair, let me know. Got a collection. I only paid for 4 and I got 28, so I guess we'll take it. On the first chair of Christmas. Should we do holiday overlays? What do you guys think? Should we do like Christmas styled overlays during the month of December? That's assuming we have a live stream in December. There we went like an entire month without a stream. Should we have like actual overlays for like Christmas time? Do you ship? I'm not shipping these chairs. Yeah, they would cost a fortune to ship the chairs. I know that for a fact. Yes, Christmas overlays. We might have to do that. We'll have to cook some Christmas overlays up. Oh my goodness. We got the new Max Velocity logo dropping in real time. This is as we are live. We got a brand new overlay. I don't know if I can. How do I replace that up there? I think it's built into my overlay. All right, let's try this out. I'm gonna try it on this overlay. Add image. We're gonna go crazy for Christmas. I gotta tell you, or the holidays, I should say, for those that do not celebrate. Oops, wrong thing. Honestly, that's a vibe. It's not necessarily on center. Some of the lines are going off, but there we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're celebrating the holidays in style. This is for the $10 super chat. I need you to dress as Santa, or at least a beard for every video in December. That'd be kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, Christopher, for the super chat. One of the chairs going on sale on the website. I'm not selling those chairs. I should, though, honestly. I low-key should. What's going on North Alabama today? North Alabama is going to be chilling, I think. There's a low-end chance for something severe, but I don't see anything right now. Like, this is North Alabama right now. There's absolutely no rain here. In about 2 hours, there'll probably be at least a storm or two, but I think the risk of severe weather is going to be pretty low. We've had a storm rotating very broadly for a while near Fort Deposit, Alabama. That's tracking up towards Union Springs and Pike Road, but I don't see that doing much of anything anytime soon. Thank you, Peg, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. In case you guys didn't hear, by the way, this is other news that we have. On top of all the other news that we've had today, we have a big sale on shopmaxvelocity.net. It is the 6-7 sale. Use code 067, you get 67 cents off any order. Or if you use code 670, you get $6.70 off any order of $67 or more. So a little 6-7 sale. Shopmaxvelocity.net. I think it's like one of the links at the top of the description. Got Happy Holiday merch out though. Kind of goes along with the Christmas theme. Supercell collection. Shame merch. I don't know what else you guys want me to talk about. The weather, there's nothing happening right now. We have no warning, so we only have special weather statements. We get a Drake May promo code. I'm actually going to the Tampa Bay Bucks and Patriots game on Sunday, and if they win, I will consider a May code for those that are Patriots fans. I've never gone to an NFL game before, so this will be a first. But I'm a Patriots fan, so they better win. Cheese curd cam, we're working on it. We still gotta set that up. Will you be reporting snowstorms? Any of the bigger snowstorms we will. The ones like the one that's happening this weekend in the Great Lakes, it's not really something we can cover. It's just too local. It's just way too local. Let me go over to the national radar here. That's what it looks like this weekend. We got a little storm system, gonna bring some snow tomorrow and Sunday to the Great Lakes. This is not something that we can cover on this channel. It's just way too localized, but if you're in like Northwest Indiana and Northeast Illinois, some snow will happen. I do know Connor Croft will be storm chasing this Sunday and Monday. I think a few other storm chasers also on the Radar Omega app will be chasing this as well. You can watch them inside of the Radar Omega app with the top link in the description below. They'll be live on YouTube as well. But that is really the only big event that's coming. After that, we're going to go into a dead period again for a few days. Our next winter forecast will be coming out on Tuesday, I think, of next week. Sometime next week. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesday, but it'll be sometime during the work week. New winter forecast will be coming out. So, kind of excited for that. I love doing the winter forecasts. They're fun. Thank you, Richard, for the $10 super chat. Thank you also, Great Lakes, for the 13 months. Do you have to pay for the extra chairs? I did not, no. I did not. Thank you, Waco, for the super chat. Next Thursday is my 23rd birthday. And next year is my 24th, and I'm going to New York City. That's awesome. Hopefully you have a good time. Last two scans still showing some very broad rotation near Chapel Hill. That is back over near Caney Spring and Unionville. Outside of that, again, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. This storm is still rotating very broadly, moving down to the southeast. It's pretty messy. That's the only storm right now of concern, in my opinion. There are some other strong storms, including one near Gallatin. It's actually a decent little hail core right now near Bethpage. Look at that. A little bit of white and black popping up on radar. That's over Bethpage and Bransford, going towards Beach Hill and Lafayette. So we could see a little bit of hail out of that storm, maybe up to the size of quarters. We can actually turn on that storm tracks again. Let me go back over to that. Let's turn on the storm tracks. Let me do initial point, see if that works. See if there's a little hail signature. Wow. Well, it's interesting. This is a new Radar Omega feature. If you turn on like the little storm track, you can go to the initial point, and this is basically estimated by radar. And it's actually estimating hail around the size of 2 inches. It has a 100% probability of significant hail. So there's no severe warning on this, but there actually could be around quarter to $half sized hail. I would say 2 inches is a little bit large for today's environment. We do have a little CC signature, which would indicate hail as well. So that's going right into Bransford, Fairview, Green Grove, and Bethpage right now. Just off to the north of Nashville. And also check out the one near Smithville. The one near Smithville has about a 50% chance of severe hail, and the max size is about 3/4 of an inch, which would go into line with our special weather statement. It's also another cool little thing Omega did. They added like a little expected impacts thing to the warnings. This one says minor hail damage to vegetation is possible for the special weather statement. That's pretty cool. North warning is also saying the same thing, and the other one is saying the same thing. All three of them are saying the same thing. I just noticed that. I don't know if that's the same thing for severe warnings too. Hey, Ragey, and also Adrian for the super chats. Is 42 too old to go back into a meteorology degree? It's never too old. There are people that are 50, 60, 70 years old that go back to college. Anything for Indianapolis? Not today, but I mean, you could see some snow on Sunday and into early Monday. That is a possibility. Latest radar scan still showing some broad rotation. Just to the west of Chapel Hill. Tornado Pagey is going through a pretty intense band of rain right now. This is over in Murfreesboro. Some gusty winds also with this storm. Does Riley have his own channel? He does. It is linked in the description. Where's Cheese Curd? He's actually behind me right now.
This is probably about the worst of it here, at least with this segment of the line.
Yeah, the suggestion is very heavy rain. Usually top right.
Definitely reminds me of like fall.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of lightning here in Murfreesboro. Also, very soon we'll have on our screen, we're very soon going to have locations of where our chasers are actually located. That way you actually know, like, for example, there's no location on the screen right now, but they're in Murfreesboro. Very soon we'll have the locations on your screen, probably within the next week or two.
Definitely everything is all connected for sure.
Yeah. So that's definitely a limiting factor for
What's Cheese Curd again for Christmas?
as well.
She is already so spoiled. Including you guys shipping stuff. We actually got fan mail, by the way. I have to open up fan mail in this stream. I keep forgetting. We did get some fan mail. We'll have to open that up on stream. I've been meaning to for like a month now. My night is made now that Cheese Curd made an appearance. She's very happy. She's now laying in my lap. Latest radar scan still showing some broad rotation right now, northwest of Chapel Hill. It's near Holt's Corner. Again, not really looking that impressive, to be honest. And anything off to the east is pretty messy. Pretty messy storms right now across the board. Where can we send fan mail? I had no clue. There is a address, I think, in the description. Or there should at least be a link. No, there's a link somewhere. It's not that far down. I'll put it in the chat, too. Riley sent us a Christmas playlist music thing. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. He sent me an entire playlist. So festive. I mean, we have absolutely no warnings. I don't know why in the world we've never played music on a stream before. I don't know what this stream's turned into. Now, this is copyright free. We have a license with Epidemic Sound. We're able to use music like this. We have it in our 24/7 stream. We will have Christmas music in our 24/7 stream once we get closer, or at least holiday music. Phenomenal. On stream tonight, I don't even know why we went live, to be honest. Like, that tornado was the only reason why we went live, and after that everything's just died. I mean, we still have rotation near Spring or Chapel Hill. It just doesn't look that impressive. Everything's very messy across the board. We wouldn't usually go live for one warning, but it was a high population. It was at least populated enough for us to go live. This tornado Pagey in Murfreesboro. Hey Jerry, if you're become a member, welcome to the Velocities.
We have really appreciated you staying and watching. Make sure if you haven't yet, you hit that like button, subscribe for future streams. We have some snow streams coming up.
We could have multiple days of snow streaming.
Yes,
I vote fan mail. We'll do a fan mail here soon.
So make sure you tune in. Thank you.
Bro, somebody just sent this to me on Twitter. What is this overlay? Now, we're really going all out for Christmas if we're doing this. This ain't happening, though. I'm not dressing up as Santa. Thank you, Alma, for becoming a moderate velocity member. Christmas lights all over the screen are kind of diabolical, I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here.
Fantasy football bet says you will dress as Santa if you lose. I have one league where I cannot lose because there is a bet on it that would require me going live for flurries if I were to get last place. That will not be happening, by the way. I think I'm like 5 maybe 6-3 in that league, or 5-4. I think we're chilling, but if I lose every game, there would be a possibility of that happening. Thank you, Ron, for the super chat. They ever do a stream playing storm chasing games like Twisted or Helicity? The only time we'd ever do that would be for like a members only stream. Once again, this is live over in Murfreesboro, where we do have some strong storms rolling through. Interestingly enough, look at this. Back over just to the east of Murfreesboro, we have a little hook in an inflow near Woodbury. It's a little bit of rotation there. Just a little bit. Bottom right camera is actually the closest camera to this. But there is just a little bit of rotation there. Been organizing here for the last few minutes. I'll have to keep an eye on that. That's going just south of Smithville near Sugar Tree Knob, Stewart Chapel, and Midway. So there actually might be a little bit of a ramp up of activity now. Maybe just a small little ramp up. We'll see what the next velocity scan shows. But this is definitely the one to watch. We have a new velocity scan coming in right now. Yeah, the camera that's blue, which it'll be not blue here in a minute. Just loading. New Alma for 13 months. I'm gonna go full screen to that camera in a second to see if we can see anything, because it's looking directly at this. Latest scan, not really showing much of any improvement in rotation-wise, but there's at least still a hook, an inflow notch. It's right over Brysonville. It's just east of Halls Hill Pike Road, just southeast of Milton. It's a full screen look at the Woodbury camera. Look off to the left there. That's the area of interest. Off to the left is the area of interest. Yeah, there's like a, it looks like a shelf cloud. I can't really tell, I cannot definitively say that's a wall cloud or anything, but it at least looks like a shelf cloud there on the left. Looks like the camera just went down, but we'll keep an eye on it once it comes back up. We have a little poll over on our Facebook and Twitter pages at MaxVelocityWX. If you want to check that out, links are in the description. Or not like a poll, but basically a little question for you guys. You can answer me over on Twitter. What will be the highest snow total to the nearest 1/10 of an inch from our Lake Effect event this weekend into early next week? All right, I'm posting the link to the Twitter post in chat. And then if you're watching, if you have Facebook, you can open that up as well. I don't think I can link directly to it. But Facebook is at MaxVelocityWX. You also put your answer in the chat too, but it would be more fun if you put it on Twitter so I can actually remember. We'll go back, I'll go back and look at this, and once the event is all said and done, whoever is the closest, I might give like a free t-shirt or something from shopmaxvelocity.net. So you can answer on Facebook and Twitter, and whichever one is the closest might win some free merch. Why did everybody just say 6.7 inches of snow in the chat? Like, what are we doing? 6.7, really? Yeah, make sure to reply to that tweet or go on Facebook and reply. And again, whoever's the closest on either platform, we'll just pick one from both platforms combined. We'll win maybe a free t-shirt or something. Give out free chairs? Yeah, let me give out a free chair for whoever's closest. That would be really enticing. I'll put my signature on it too. Signed Max Velocity foldable chair. I'm gonna need a marker for that. Go back to that Woodbury camera. We'll see if there's any. Wow, look at that shelf. That's a huge shelf cloud. Clouds are very low to the ground. Limited edition 1 out of 28 for our foldable chairs. If one gets signed, we got 27 others to go. Show us your fantasy team? I have 2 fantasy leagues. One only matters. The other one doesn't matter as much to me. Stand up? I can't stand up. I literally have a cat on my lap right now. She is sleeping. She has never slept during a stream before on my lap. This is the first. Like, never has happened. This is a very rare occurrence. Every time that I've ever been live, it's usually she's hiding in the back or she's not in the room. So this is very rare for me. Can we do fan mail? I can't really reach for that either. I have a cat on my lap. I'm trying. What's the bet if you get last place? You get a chair. That's the bet. As a reminder, if you're just tuning in, we have a tornado watch in effect until 10 o'clock tonight Central Time. That's southern Kentucky, much of Tennessee, and also northern Alabama. These are the risks of severe weather for tonight. And again, and hopefully by the next stream, the city labels will be fixed. I know they're really small, but they will hopefully be fixed by then. We have a marginal threat all the way from Dothan, Alabama, back through Maysville in Kentucky. Slight risk for Bowling Green, which Bowling Green you guys are already done. Nashville, Murfreesboro, McMinnville, Manchester, Tullahoma, you guys are all in that slight risk. If you're in Knoxville or Chattanooga, you are in the marginal threat of severe weather. The biggest concern will be the threat of damaging winds and hail. There is a 5% tornado risk in place, which is primarily for areas over here at this point, near McMinnville, Spencer, Bauman, and back through Lewisburg. Should do an autographed chair raffle, $5 a ticket. I don't think so. We did that for charity, maybe, but that'd be the only way. Charity, oh my goodness. That was not intentional. Everybody said it in the chat, alright. Unbelievable. This is full screen here to that camera in Short Mountain in Woodbury, Tennessee. This is where we have a little bit of rotation. Every flash of lightning is at least showing very low clouds. A big shove cloud coming in. Short rib I'm weak. I don't know why I keep thinking of short rib. Alright, my cat has finally gotten up. Is that not a tornado? That is not a tornado, but it's just a huge shelf cloud. I wish there was a little bit more lightning. We're at least getting a decent amount of lightning strikes right now to see the storm a little bit. Are you hungry for short ribs? I'm not hungry for short ribs. I'm just hungry in general. I've had nothing since like 12 o'clock. It's now 7 o'clock my time. It's definitely a sus-looking storm. It's been trying. There's just a little... There's more outbound winds right now, which means winds going away from the radar. It's going more towards Center Hill, and then very weak inflow region right now. We had more of a hook echo a few scans ago near Brysonville. It's kind of folded up, though. This area of storms has gotten a little bit more disorganized. The one near Chapel Hill is really falling apart, too. See DoorDash in your future? Hopefully I don't have to DoorDash. Hopefully I can just get my food. Did you see the violent tornado damage in Brazil? I did. Yeah, I saw that. I saw a few photos on Twitter. There's some violent tornado there apparently today. And we also have a big typhoon forming right now, and that's going to, I believe, impact the Philippines here in a few days. Thank you, Francis, for the $20 Venmo donation. If you need fantasy football help next year, I'll provide you with some consultation. Appreciate that. Thank you for the Venmo donation. My teams aren't doing terrible. I think I'm like 4-5 in one league, and I'm pretty sure I'm either 5-4 or 6-3 in my other league. Max, where did you eat your glasses? What? Guessing you meant get my glasses. I don't actually know. I think I got from Zenny. They also, White Fox to the $10 super chat. Unfortunately, here in Brazil, a tornado may have hit the city called Rio Bonito do Iguacu. Yeah, I can't really pronounce that, but apparently it damaged almost 6% of the city. Prayers for everyone there. Yeah, they looked really significant from what I've seen. And if I see any photos, I'll retweet them on Twitter. Drake May is not on my fantasy lineup. He is not. All right, apparently I'm 3-6 in one of my leagues and then 6-3 in the other one. Just got an update. This is back over to the short mountain area as this storm approaches. I'm gonna go full screen to this here so we can see a little bit better. If we get any lightning, look how low the clouds are. So this is, again, a very low to the ground storm. Obviously, the mountains do help to keep it lower to the ground with it being more, obviously, all the elevation. Thank you, Jenny, for the gifted membership, and also Indiana for the super chat. Appreciate what you do here. Appreciate that. How many tornadoes do you think there are going to be today? To be honest, I don't think we're going to have one at this rate. I mean, we could have one brief one somewhere, but I'm not very confident in the setup at all. It's very messy right now. If anything, it would probably be something over here near Smithville or Sparta. A little hook here that's been pretty small. It's been rotating a little bit. The one over here near Doyle, not rotating at all, but it is a little bit more discreet. Everything up near Nashville right now is just kind of scattered storms. They're all pretty weak. Some gusty winds, some small hail are really the only concerns there. What NFL team do I support? The Patriots. I'll be going to my first NFL game on Sunday to watch them. Pretty excited about that. What's Texas looking like? Texas is chilling tonight. Nothing for Texas. You guys are chilling. Have a good night, Pamela. Who's everybody a fan of in the NFL? Let me know in the chat. Grab the fan mail? Oh yeah, let me do that real quick. I'm gonna forget. Alright, so I got 3 fan mail packages. This one's from Ohio. I believe this is from Veronica. And so this says, open on live broadcast. Hate to break it to you, I've already opened it, but I have not really looked inside. I just opened stuff to make sure there's nothing weird in it. These are 2 of the things that came with this fan mail. I don't know if you can see it really. I don't know what these are, but they have like little beads in them. I don't know if you can hear them. Little beads or marbles or something inside. And there's also, guess what? Cat treats. Huge W. We got cat treats. And there's also an envelope inside. This is from Veronica. Nice little graduation card. And it says, we love what you do, Max, and thank you for that. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and we got hit hard last year. Indian Lake, about an hour from Columbus. We listen to you all the time, and we like you. We like Riley also. Good to know he's liked. Enjoy your day. And there's some other stuff on here that I really cannot read. But it looks like Veronica and Dolores are the 2 names on here. And we are proud of you and happy for you, Max. Thank you for all you do with the weather. And say hi to Cheese Curd. Send you some snack or cat treats. I'm trying to read this writing. There's also a Panda Express gift card. Really appreciate that. I actually like Panda Express, so that is a W. I only learned about Panda Express from our DoorDash experience with them a while back. Alright, well that was one of the 3 fan mail packages. Just in case anybody wants to send fan mail, I'll put the link in the chat to the address. Hey, Caro for becoming a member, and also thank you, Jenny, for the gifted membership. The visibility on that camera bottom right has gone to like 0. Actually kind of impressive. Alright, next package. All right, this one is from Trevor out of Missouri. All right, this one has a written letter and a bunch of, looks like cards in it. This one says, it's a piece of paper. It says, "Dear Max, thank you for taking the time to read this. I recently sent in a custom trading card of yourself to be autographed, and I just received it." I do remember doing that. I did sign an autographed card a while ago. For the record, by the way, if you guys ever want to send me something to sign, like, just send, like, the return label, and I will sign it and send it back. I don't mind. As promised, I've made some upgrades to my equipment, so these are much more appealing in writing and design. As you can see, some of the autographs have blank on them, some of them do not. Alright, so this is what they look like. That's some max velocity cards. I wish my lighting was better, closer to the camera. I have a light somewhere that would do that. Oh, it's right here. Right, I'm about to get blinded by my own light, but you can see it better if I do this. The max velocity card on the front. It's actually pretty cool. And on the back, I don't know if it's going to focus on the writing. But on the back, it says, "Max Velocity is a trusted voice in severe weather coverage. Known for his detailed storm tracking and live weather reports. With a degree in meteorology, Max brings expert analysis to his YouTube channel, where he delivers real-time updates on tornado outbreaks, hurricanes, and other extreme weather events. His channel has grown rapidly thanks to his engaging, informative content that helps viewers stay safe during major weather events. Whether it's storm chasing or providing live coverage, Max's dedication to accuracy and public safety is unmatched." I appreciate that. Very thoughtful as well. And there's like 10 of these, I think, or 8. All different max velocity cards. Actually kind of cool. I really appreciate it. I like these custom gifts. Now, the last one I already took out of the box because it was just too much. I didn't have enough room in here. But this is the last box. And it's actually a pretty big box, and it's also a paint. It's like I think this is custom made. This is what it looks like. All right, they made this. You might not be able to see it, but if we go like a little bit closer, you can actually see they're like all like individual beads, I think, or something like that. I don't know what exactly it is, but like you can see them all individualized. It's actually really cool. It says, "Max, love your channel on YouTube. Very educational and something weather warning when it really counts." I don't know. Or early weather warning when it counts. "Hope you love the artwork I did for you." That is from Christy ATX. Really appreciate that, Christy. But once again, beautiful little painting. We'll put it up here in the weather room at some point, or the weather studio, whatever you want to call it. There's plenty of room in here for stuff like that. And if you guys have any fan mail you want to send or anything custom, you can always send it to me. Again, there is a link in the description. It's also in the chat right now. That is a link to the address that you can ship stuff to, which, again, we are working on putting more stuff in the weather studio here, including fan mail stuff and all that, so I definitely recommend if you have anything that you want to send in, definitely feel free to send that in. Where's the max velocity street sign? It's actually right outside my door. I was going to put it up in here at some point, just haven't had the chance. All the YouTube play buttons are off to my right. I can actually, let me real quickly. Alright, here's the street sign. So I have everything still. This is the max velocity street sign. And then if I zoom out my camera, I don't know how much I can actually zoom it out. I don't think I can zoom it out anymore. Yeah, I can't zoom it out anymore. But off to my right over here, the YouTube play buttons are there. If you've watched any of my videos recently that I've had an ad in them, or like a sponsored segment, you would see the YouTube play buttons. There's actually a lightning bolt, and there's also a supercell on that little shelf. And then this will probably go right above that, if I had to guess, because I think that's a cool little space. So, and then that painting, I have no clue where it'll go, but it'll go somewhere in here. There's also a big cat tower off to my left for cheese curd, but we need to clean it off. All those boxes that I had known packaged yesterday with all the chairs in them, I currently have just laying everywhere. So, yeah. Need an interior designer? I don't need it. I can design myself. I'm a professional designer. And I'm so good at art, as you guys probably can tell. Great drawings, everything. Are we clear in Gallatin? You guys are good. You need max action figures? Somebody made me a custom, like, Pop Funk, I think it's called, or something like that. Or Popo Funk. Actually pretty cool. So up to the lights on Pagey stream? I have no clue. I was wondering the same thing. I don't know if that's their camera. No, it looks like the lights are just going crazy there. Wow, that's honestly impressive. Funko Pop, thank you. That's what I meant. It's giving me a headache. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. Change it over to Zach on the bottom left.
Thin blue line license plate.
Yeah, but really right now, again, we have some scattered storms out there. Obviously, they're pretty much everywhere. We have a storm up here in Kentucky that I was just looking at. This spec up near Albany. That has a little bit of broad rotation. That's near Byrdstown, but I think the odds of that actually producing is pretty low. It's going to be going towards Williamsburg. Everything else to the south and east of Nashville, all these scattered storms, again, don't really look that impressive. Mostly just gusty winds, some small hail. But outside of that, I do think the risk of severe weather is honestly pretty low here for tonight. Again, tornado risk, pretty low. So, yeah. Light snow predicted in Milwaukee, noon on Saturday. Yeah, there will be a little bit of snow tomorrow. This is the future radar. And this also includes the Ohio Valley, too. There is a possibility for snow down here if we go over to the future radar. We'll have a video on this tomorrow as well. But a little bit of snow. We're going to be clipping areas in the far northern Ohio Valley early Sunday. Northern Indiana, northern Ohio, and get some snowfall. Their first snow of the season. Late Sunday and into early Monday. Some of that snow may make its way down into Kentucky and Tennessee. The NAM 3K has it going all the way down into Kentucky and eastern Tennessee with at least some light snow flurries Sunday night and into early Monday morning. So some of you are seeing severe storms tonight, but you also might have some snow on the backside of that on Monday with a different storm system that's going to be rolling in. But we are talking about quite significant snowfall back up here in the Midwest. I mean, tonight and into early tomorrow, plenty of snow in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. It's not going to accumulate too much. Again, we're talking no more than 3 inches of snow across the board. But in the lakes, that's where we could have lake effect snow late Saturday into Sunday. That's going to dump a lot of snow, especially back over here in northwest Indiana. And we are talking about possibly 6+ inches of snow in some areas. So some actual legit snow is coming. For some of you. Thank you, Daddy, for the $20 super chat. Thank you also, Robbie, for the $10 super chat. Your cat's name is Cheese Curd. That is correct. Watching from Ohio, your streams have really helped me get through my first tornado season as I moved from Ohio from Washington. That is a big move. That is the definition of moving from pretty quiet weather for the most part year-round, aside from the atmospheric rivers that we see this time of the year, to completely different weather. We're talking about severe weather, especially in the spring. Hey, Fat, also for the gifted membership. Don't mind a weather report without much weather. It's pretty much what today's been. I had weather to open up the stream. It's been quiet since then. Yeah, Tornado Pagey, a lot of storm chasers that are on the Radar Omega app, they'll a lot of the time end their stream, but they are still live inside of the app. Tornado Pagey's still live, they're just stationary, and then Vince is still going back to the west, and the reason why they're going back west is because a lot of chasers are making their way up to the Great Lakes for this weekend. We are expecting a big lake effect snow event. Not the biggest we've ever seen, but at least our first of the season, so a lot of people are going up that way. But again, you can watch all these storm chasers inside the Radar Omega app. Again, they just had a big update today. Tons of new features inside of the Radar Omega app. There's literally an entire list of them, and they're going to add more here soon. But again, that new storm track tool that I was showing you guys, this new storm track tool, you can literally track out storms and actually get the ETAs and all sorts of different metrics. You can see if you zoom in, it'll tell you the timestamp for each individual town and city for any of these storms. You can see areas like Midway, Tennessee, 19 minutes, Pocahontas, 20 minutes from now. Smart is 40 minutes from now. So kind of a cool little feature. You can click the setting button. You can change the speed. You can also change it to a linear storm path. You can change it over to a custom draw path. And on top of that, you can also look, instead of the total minutes, you can do like my local time or the city area local time. So you can see like you can change it to 6:44. So that's pretty cool. And then you can also click this little bar button down here, the little yellow button, and it pops out all the location, time, and impact details. And once you zoom in, it'll update all of these at the same time. So they just added this. If you just buy the app on its own, you get this feature already with the app. It's very cool. You can also have an enhanced display with shaded colors in 5 to 10 minute increments. I have it on 10 right now. There's also now U.S. Marine, Aviation, and Canadian alerts. For those that live in Canada, they've added 72 new Canadian alerts, and then also Nextrad attributes, including a significant UI overhaul. And as I pointed out, again, if you click on any of these like little storm cell tracks, you can click on the information button, and it'll give you details like hail potential and probabilities with any storm, TVS detection, the error metrics as well, if you're more into that sort of stuff, which is basically just depicting what the error might be on a storm, especially with the radar being further away from a cell, the speed of what it's moving at, the direction, and all sorts of intensity and structure details here. So plenty of cool little stuff here that has been added. You can also see like the top of a storm, which this one in particular that's over near Christiana is about 30,000 feet tall. So pretty cool stuff. Again, all new stuff on Radar Omega. They have a lot more updates coming as well. On top of that, as I already alluded to, there is a little bug with the display settings, especially are currently on like the gray presentation mode with the city labels, but that'll be fixed most likely this weekend, if I had to guess. So that's why every label looks small on my screen right now. But again, you can download Radar Omega. It's the top link in the description below on iOS and Android. You can also track the winter weather event that's happening this weekend with all sorts of chasers. There's going to at least be, I think, 3 or 4 chasers up there, if not more. And also, Radar Omega has just updated or added 7 new chasers to the app. So a few of them will be live on that winter weather event this weekend. When we do a winter weather outlook, we've already done a couple winter forecasts. If you actually go to the main page of our YouTube channel, we do have a winter forecast already there. That was our most recent one. We have another one, though, coming out next week. That'll be our next one. And then our last one will be the first week of December. That is the plan as of right now. Who got added? All sorts of chasers. We have Zach, which I alluded to earlier with WXI. We also have CJ Ziegler, who I think will be chasing the snow event tomorrow. PA Storm Trackers, Jacob McMillan, a few other people as well. So, bunch of chasers, though. What's going on in Vince's stream? Looks like somebody... I don't know what happened here.
We'll just go down this road.
Can't tell what happened.
It looks like it should come around the other side.
Yeah, Connor's gonna be live
What
Sunday
the hell
for
is
snow.
going on down there, but it looks like a cluster.
Head east on Harmon Springs Road West toward Reef Road. Continue on Harmon Springs Road West for half a mile.
There's some sort of tow truck. I know that. I think, yeah, that was a tow truck, it looked like. What about central Minnesota? Maybe some snow flurries. I'm not expecting any accumulation there, though. It'll be quiet for you guys. We actually got a little bit of rotation. Again, we've had brief little areas of rotation here and there. Near Christiana and Plainview, there's a little bit of rotation just southeast of Nashville that's going towards Pocahontas, Morrison, and McMinnville. It's a very small storm. It's about 30,000 feet tall. A little bit of broad rotation. This is something that could try to produce a brief tornado as it moves southeast. How much for Minneapolis? Probably no more than like an inch. I don't even know if you guys will get an inch. Might be less than that. It's not going to be a big snowfall event. Again, for many of you, you're not going to see much. It'll just be your first snow of the season, which is why this is a big deal for a lot of you. First snow of the season. It's exciting. But beyond that, I mean, we're not really talking about anything that, like, anything to write home about. Even the lake effect snow, I mean, we're talking maybe up to 12 inches in some areas. That's not anything astronomical for many of you, so. Latest scan still showing a little bit of rotation over plain view. I don't want snow. Well, too bad. Snow's coming. How much snow am I supposed to get in Buffalo? I don't think Buffalo's going to see much. It's going to be more of an event for those in... Let me pull up the snow total map here. Let's do east, and let's do the blend of models. Where is that? I don't know where the blend of models is. Oh, here it is. This is generally what we're going to see in terms of snowfall, though, this weekend. And Buffalo, like, this is honestly a little bit overestimated, I think, for, like, the Ohio Valley. But, like, over here in the Great Lakes, I do think realistically along the coastline area, we could easily see 6 to 12 inches of snow. Back over here near, like, northwest Pennsylvania, New York, those areas, I would not be ruling out maybe upwards of 10 inches of snow. And this might be the hot spot back over near Watertown. We could actually have upwards of 1 to 2 feet in some areas, depending on the lake effect snow bands, basically through Wednesday. 6 to 7 inches, though, seems like the realistic range over in northeast Ohio and western New York. Little 6, 7. I know everybody loves the 6, 7 meme. It's absolutely everywhere. Apparently at Domino's you can get a one-topping pizza for $6.70 now. You know where else it is? It's also on our own store, shopmaxvelocity.net. We have discount codes 067 for 67 cents off any order, and 670 for $6.70 off any order of $60, $70 or more. Unbelievable sale. Shocking, I know. It's on shopmaxvelocity.net. One of the top links in the description. And in case you forget those codes, you can literally just look at the top of the site. It says it there. Cheese curd merch is coming soon. The next time we're live, that's when I'm planning on releasing it. It won't be today, but next time we're live, we'll probably release it. We've been asked for cheese curd merch for well over half a year now. We're coming up on almost a year of people asking for cheese curd merch. So it's hitting astronomical levels. It's a very high demand. You should keep the reef in the Max Velocity logo. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that was even there. I forgot I added that like an hour ago. But must have been nearly a year since you got cheese curd. It's been about a year. We're at 11 months right now, actually. And I think I got her 12. I don't even know what day it was. It was like 12-10, I want to say, or something like that. So it's basically December 10th. So we're about 11 months now. It's almost about a year. London, Kentucky tonight. I think you guys are mostly just looking at ordinary storms. Got a couple of special weather statements back up in eastern Kentucky, south of Jackson and Buckhorn, but I'm not seeing anything too crazy over there. Hey, Robert, for the $10 super chat. Papa Murphy's has a $1 medium one-topping pizza if you sign up for their loyalty program. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of it. Still have a little bit of broad rotation east of Christiana. I don't think it'll produce, but something we're keeping an eye on. That's really the only storm that's rotating right now. Is that heading for Pikeville? It's going in that direction. Mostly just strong storms, though. I don't think they're going to go severe. We've had no severe warnings in about an hour. You can actually see the bottom of your screen. No active alerts. That's specifically for severe and tornado warnings, but we have no active alerts right now. It's a rare situation where we have basically nothing happening. Cheese curd merch for the holidays. Perfect gifts. We're hoping for it. Hopefully that'll be a thing here in the next couple weeks. We already have it ready to go. We're just waiting to release it. This is a little time lapse from one of the radar mega cyclone ports. This one is in Woodbury, Tennessee. From tonight. Obviously hard to see the storm rolling in because of all the, with it being so cloudy, or so dark, I mean, outside, but it's a little time lapse. Thank you, Devin, for the super chat. Not seeing really anything in the Sydney area. I really don't think Ohio's going to see much other than just snow. I mean, we're not talking about severe weather, but snow is possible mainly on Sunday. Can't wait for the cheese curd merch. I can't either. I'm excited. I already got some. I haven't released it yet, though. I miss living in Nashville. Where do you live now? I've been to Nashville, I think, twice in my life, and... Or actually, no. I think only once, actually. I don't know. Either once or twice. It's actually pretty nice there. Plenty of stuff to do in Nashville. This is one of the typhoons back over in the Western Pacific right now. Look at this thing. That is insane. One of the typhoons right now over in the Western Pacific. It could get down close to like a Cat 4, Cat 5 intensity over the next 24 to 48 hours. It's only right now like basically a Cat 1 intensity when it comes to the United States scale. It's just a normal typhoon right now, but it might become a super typhoon over the next 24 to 48 hours. Unfortunately, yeah, the Philippines are going to get hammered by that typhoon, and pretty unfortunate situation. I mean, again, we've already had multiple destructive typhoons / hurricanes this year. The only hurricane that really did much of anything was Melissa in the Atlantic, and then now we have another typhoon after we just had a typhoon kill over 100 people on the other side of the globe. So we got another one coming. This is from Mallory on Twitter with a signed Max Velocity hat. My dog likes you too. That is an amazing photo. Thank you, Jasmine, for the super chat. Anything expected for Oklahoma City? Nope. Nothing tonight. Thank you, Sandy, for the super chat. Thanks for all the weather updates and your awesome, thorough forecast. Love that your cat is named Cheese Curd. Love to see a pic. I had her on stream earlier. There's plenty of pictures on my socials too, on like Facebook and Twitter. Sure, at Max Velocity WX. Melissa's name will surely be retired after this hurricane season. Yeah, I would be shocked if it wasn't. There's just no way it does not get retired. With it going to one of the lowest millibar readings we've ever seen, it also making landfall and all this other stuff, there's no way it doesn't get retired. Just like Milton. Like Milton, I figured would get retired days in advance, and it obviously, you know, or like days before it made landfall, and it did end up getting retired. But I don't have any doubt that that's going to get retired. Alrighty, well, the weather's dead. To be honest, there's not really much happening. We got some storms out there, no tornado warnings, no severe warnings. We haven't had a severe warning in like an hour, so we're gonna go ahead and wind down the stream. As always, thank you all so much for watching today's stream. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the stream, click the bell icon so you're notified with the latest updates. We'll have another video tomorrow. We'll have another video on Monday, Tuesday probably as well. Also, we're going to raid our 24/7 live stream. So you can check out our 24/7 weather cameras. It also has warning alerts on there. So check that out. It's one of the links in the description, but it's also on the More Max Velocity YouTube channel. So once you get redirected from this stream, you'll be redirected to our second channel, More Max Velocity. Make sure to subscribe to that. We have a 24/7 weather camera stream. All these cameras on here, including Storm Chasers, are live on there, so definitely check it out. Nice relaxing music as well to go along with that. So yeah, and also make sure to download Radar Omega. A lot of big updates coming, as we've alluded to in today's stream. You can download it with the top link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all again in the next video or live stream.